Men's mental health crisis deepens as societal pressures silence struggles. As Men's Health Week approaches from 9th to 15th June, the spotlight falls on a growing crisis. Men's mental health is deteriorating, often ignored by societal norms that stifle emotional expression. Ryan Arispe, head of clinical at the Cabin, a drug and alcohol rehabilitation center in Thailand, highlights the burden of outdated expectations and unspoken grief that men face daily. Despite increasing mental health awareness, men's emotional pain remains sidelined, dismissed as weakness or a private burden to bear alone. The weight of cultural norms. Cultural expectations lie at the heart of this issue, shaping boys from a young age to suppress emotions and prioritize stoicism. These rigid messages, ingrained early, include: man up, discourages emotional vulnerability. Big boys don't cry, equates tears with failure. Stop acting like a girl, frames femininity as inferior. Be the provider, ties worth to financial success. Toughen up, rejects sensitivity as unmanly. These phrases erode boys' ability to process emotions, creating a narrow definition of masculinity that penalizes vulnerability. Boys who deviate face ridicule or isolation, internalizing the belief that they are unworthy unless they conform. According to a 2023 study by the UK's Mental Health Foundation, 74% of men feel pressure to appear strong, even when struggling emotionally. The influence of toxic role models. When boys seek guidance, many turn to media figures and influencers who glorify hyper-masculine ideals like dominance and emotional detachment. Social media platforms amplify voices promoting regressive messages, often cloaked as life advice for men. These influencers rarely model healthy coping mechanisms, instead reinforcing emotional repression and control. A 2024 report by the charity Mind found that 62% of young men exposed to such content felt increased pressure to suppress emotions, worsening feelings of shame and loneliness. A silent epidemic with devastating outcomes. By adolescence, many boys are overwhelmed by expectations they cannot meet, believing vulnerability equals failure. This manifests in alarming statistics. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reported in 2023 that men accounted for nearly 80% of suicide deaths, despite being half the population. In the UK, the Office for National Statistics noted that men are 3 times more likely to die by suicide than women, with 4,907 male suicides in England and Wales in 2023. Men are also less likely to seek help. A 2024 YouGov poll revealed that only 28% of UK men with mental health issues sought professional support, compared to 41% of women, often due to fears of appearing weak. Symptoms in men often go unrecognized, presenting as irritability, risk-taking, or physical complaints like insomnia, rather than overt sadness. This misdiagnosis compounds their suffering, leaving many dismissed or misunderstood. Pathways to change. Addressing this crisis requires dismantling outdated notions of masculinity. Mental health campaigns must use language that resonates with men, delivered in safe spaces like sports clubs or workplaces. Healthcare professionals need training to identify male-specific symptoms of distress. Schools and families must foster environments where boys can express emotions without fear. Society as a whole must reflect on its role in perpetuating harmful norms. Parents should raise sons to embrace emotional intelligence. Partners, educators, and coaches can model resilience, showing that strength and vulnerability coexist. Ryan Arispe emphasizes, in a world that is ever-changing, men have stood still. It's time we made space for honesty, for healing, for being human. A call to men struggling silently. Your emotions are valid, and seeking help is not weakness. Whether through a friend, therapist, or moment of reflection, taking the first step is vital. Your mental health matters, and you deserve compassion and care. A collective responsibility. The men's mental health crisis demands more than awareness. It requires a cultural shift. Mocking vulnerability must end, replaced by a redefined strength that values self-awareness and connection. Men are breaking under societal pressures, but they are not broken. By fostering honesty and emotional freedom, we can write a new story where boys grow whole, men grow self-aware, and healing becomes a shared journey.